Hey, you. Yeah, you. See this button right here? Press it. Subscribe to the channel. Shalom.
What's your name, brother? What's your name? Lee? All right, so are you familiar with what we're bringing out right now? What we're bringing out is the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites. You're not Mexican. That's what the slave master called you, sis. You're not African American. You're not black. That's what the slave master called you, all right? Take a look at this sign. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we make up the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. We are God's chosen people. The reason we are at the bottom of society, in the ghettos, in the slums, in the prison system, is because we broke the commandments of God. All right? You got that, sis? All right? So now, we're telling you, you're not Mexican. You are an Israelite from the tribe of Issachar. And let's get proof. You're not black. You are an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. Let's get proof. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
Leave. Brother Lee. Brother Lee, don't leave. Come here, bro. Come here, Lee. Don't leave before you get this knowledge, all right? Read that.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So God said because we broke his commandments, he was going to send us back into Egypt. Egypt is bondage. Egypt is slavery. Now, how was we about to go back into slavery? With ships. What people went into slavery on ships? The people on that sign. Everybody on that sign. Guess what? Do you, anyone in your family speak Spanish? Everybody in your family speaks Spanish. Where is Spanish from? No. Where's Spanish from? Spain. Right. Spain. Are you from Spain? Anyone in your family from Spain? So why in the hell are they speaking Spanish? Because the Spanish conquistadors came and conquered you, sis. Why are we speaking English? Because the British men conquered us and enslaved us. You got to understand that, sis. All right, brother. Now, how do we change this? Why are we in the conditions? Why are we called spics? Why are we called niggas? Why are we getting shot down in the ghettos? You ever had these questions, sis? You ain't never had these questions? You don't see black on black crime, brown on brown crime, Serranos, Norteños. You don't question why the hell that's going on in our neighborhoods? All this gang violence going on? Why is blacks and Hispanics killing each other at an alarming rate? Why is our young sisters out here prostituting themselves? You don't have any friends that you see that's got terrible households? And you don't have that question to say, why? Why is these things going on? Why is your best friend or your friends not have both parents in the household? You never had these questions, brother? Did you grow up with both parents in the household? Neither did I. Now, why? Because you only see that in black and Hispanic communities, black and Hispanic neighborhoods where both parents are not in the home. It's because we're not keeping the commandments of God. All right? Read that.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
As a people, we've never seen our homeland again. Like, you probably think you're from America, but no. Your ancestors come from Jerusalem. You ever heard the white man talk about the Bering Strait and all that? Okay, so you ever heard of, the Indians were here first, right? Aztec, Mayans, and Incas, right? Y'all was here first. The Boricuas, Tainos, you ever heard of those? Boricua Indians, Taino Indians, right? Those would be so-called Puerto Ricans, right? But y'all all are from the tribes of Israel. Now, this is not your homeland. God said as a race of people, we would never go back into our homeland. Read that.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
When the white man came and conquered this land, did he not sell us? Right? We was bought as slaves, right? You can see the sign right here. Where's the, right here? This right here. Is that it? No, that's not it. Right there. Give me this right here. It's the other one. But you see they got us on the auction blocks right up in here? They selling us as slaves. This is what they did to the Indians too. Look. Right. Take a look at this picture, sis. We don't got this up here for nothing. The conquistadors came and changed y'all. The Frenchmen came and changed y'all, slaughtered y'all, pillaged y'all. You know what a reservation is? Like the Indian reservations? That ain't nothing but a ghetto. That ain't nothing but a ghetto. We're showing you that this happened to us because we stopped keeping the commandments of God.
Shalom, Most High in Christ bless you all. I'm Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Some time ago, many of you saw us at the Barclays Center, standing for what the Bible says, standing for truth, standing for righteousness. That's what we do. Most recently, the Jewish community, in particular the ADL, SPLC, have voiced their opinion that black people do not have freedom of speech nor freedom of religion to say they're Semitic. Neither to say that they're Jews of the tribe of Judah.
They didn't just say Uzbekistan, they didn't say Germany, they said all nations. And led them away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles. Wait a minute, who's in Jerusalem? The Gentiles. The Bible says Jerusalem was going to be trodden down by Gentiles.
They can show what you hear, they can show what you think, they can show what you believe. They want this.
We are Israel United in Christ. The fight starts now. You got a fire? We here for all praise be to the Most High God. Men of Israel, let's fall out.
Have you ever had any question about the Bible? What kind of questions you had? What kind of questions have you ever had about God or about the Bible? Is God white? You think God is white? You don't know. Give me Daniel 7. Do you know what wool is? Wool. Where it comes from? Wool is like a texture. It comes from sheep, right? You know how you ever see sheep shearing? They cut the fur off the sheep. That's wool. It's thick hair. You ever see the Mexican with thick type of hair like that? You ain't never seen a Mexican with thick hair, with afro type of hair? Right. So, especially you go South Mexico, there's a lot of so-called Mexicans that are blacker than me, thicker hair than me, because we're the same people. You see Puerto Ricans like that, right? Dominicans like that, right? Read this.
Daniel chapter 7 verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days.
The Ancient of Days is the Most High God, the creator of heaven and earth. The Ancient of Days, he's called that because he was here before the beginning of days. So the Ancient of Days
And the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow.
So the Ancient of Days, the God the Father, he sat down and he had a nice garment on. All right, let's read.
And the hair of his head,
So the hair on God's head,
like the pure wool.
like the what?
Pure wool.
Wool comes from sheep. What people have sheep type of hair? Black people do. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. God is black. Now what about Christ, the Son of God? What does he look like? Is he this Caucasian image? Look at this image over here, sis. Come check this image out. In the world, right, this is known as Christ. Is it not? Is this documented in the Bible? Does Christ look like this according to the Bible? Hey, my brother. Brother, is this Christ?
According to
According to what?
the Bible.
According to the Bible, this is Christ? So let's read it out the Bible, right? I'm going to show you that these images are not Christ. This is the image of the beast. Image of the damn devil. This is a lie. Christ was a black man that looked something like this. All right, remember, we just read what God looks like. We just read to the sister that God had woolly hair, the pure wool. Now, Christ is the Son of God, so he should come out looking something like his Father, right? So let's read what the Son looks like.
Revelations chapter 1 verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
The word revelation means the revealing of Christ, all right? Come on.
Which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
Come on.
Verse 13. And in the midst of the seven candlesticks.
Read verse 11.
Verse 11. saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. And what thou seest, write in a book.
So John the Revelator has seen a vision of Christ. He turns around to see the voice that's talking to him. My brother right here. I got him, sir. I got him like him. Brother, what we're going over right now, do you believe Christ is a white man or a black man? A black man, right? Can you prove it? Yeah. How, prove it. We're going to prove it for you, brother. All right? We're going to prove it for you. The brother believes that Christ is black. But now we're going to read it out the Bible. So Christ said, what you see, John, write it down in the book. The book is called the Bible. So let's read verse 14.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Touch your head, young sis. You didn't touch your face. You touched the top of your head. So read that again.
His head and his hairs.
So the top of Christ's head and his hairs, the hair on his face,
were white like wool.
Was white like wool. Meaning he didn't have any black hairs in it, like the brother right here. Turn around, look at the brother. He has black and white hairs that makes it look gray. But Christ had a head set full of white hair, no black hairs in it. Right? And it was like what?
As white as snow.
No, read that like.
And his hairs were white like wool.
Brother, what is wool? What's wool? Wool. W-O-O-L. Wool. Okay, something similar to cotton. What you say, bro? What's wool? Help us out. Sheep. Exactly.
Sheep, yeah.
Sheep. So now, Christ's head was white like wool. So you ever seen a sheep before? Right? Read that part again.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So the texture of his hair was woolly. Was wool. Who got woolly type of hair? What people on earth has a woolly texture hair? Black people do. So this dude right here got stringy hair like goat. So he got a strike. He ain't struck out yet, but he got a strike over here. This guy got points because he has the woolly white hair. Read.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So we ain't talking about no Cyclops. We ain't talking about no Marvel character or whatnot. But the whites of Christ's eyes were red. When you drink wine, what happens to your eyes?
Get red.
They turn red.
When I smoke weed, the same thing.
Same thing when you smoke weed, but you ain't supposed to smoke. That's another topic. We'll touch that. Don't worry about it. We'll touch that. Read.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
If you didn't have no socks on, sis, and we saw your feet, the top of your feet would look like the rest of your body, right? Maybe a shade or two lighter or darker. Same thing with you, right? The top of your feet gonna look like your arms and your hands and your face, correct?
Correct.
So read that again.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
So John the Revelator looked down at Christ's feet, and what did he see?
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Young sis, what is brass? What is brass? Not grass, brass. B-R-A-S-S. Okay, what is brass, brother?
Brown.
Brown. It's a metal. Brass is a type of metal, like bronze, right? But it's a brown color. It has a brown color. But let's see the type of color it has on this brass. Read.
As if they burned in a furnace.
We're talking about the top of Christ's feet. John said he looked at his feet and said it looked like brass burned in a furnace. Brown, burned. Now, when you burn white rice, what color does it turn? What color? Black. When you burn white toast, it turns black. It turns black. Read that again.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
So John is looking at Christ's feet. He's looking at his feet because he's wearing sandals. They didn't have closed-toed shoes like we do today. Back then, they had open toes. So he had on sandals, so the top of his feet was hitting the sun all day. Read.
As if they burned in a furnace. And his voice as the sound of many waters.
So what are we reading? The Bible. According to the Bible, Christ is a black man. So why are they giving us this image here? Why, if they lied to us about what the man looked like, what else they lying to us about? Hey, bro, did you know that Christ was black? You said what, bro? What's your nationality?
Mexican-American.
Mexican-American. Who told you that?
My mama.
Your mama, right? Who told her?
Her mama.
And who told her?
Her mama.
All the way until you get back to the slavery days, the conquistadors, 1492. Let me come over here. When you get down to 1492, Christopher Columbus, Hernan Cortez, he's the one that conquered Mexico. He was a Spanish conquistador, conqueror. You speak habla español? Mucho? All praises. No, he's a nah. All right. So now, you familiar. Hernan Cortez, he conquered the Aztecs. That's who dwelt in Mexico. Right. So why you don't call yourself Aztec? Or Manteca? Because our slave master told us that. Our slave master told us. We got to break away from that mental slavery that they put upon us, and we got to come back to what God calls us. We're the children of Israel. We're God's chosen people.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.